B-Marsh Boxing, what's happening, world? So, Tyson Fury pops. John Fury, he's calling and asking for the man and trainer, Ben Davison, Tyson Fury's trainer, to be fired. He wants him to be axed and just demoted, booted, or as they say in England and other places that speak the Queen's English, they want the man, Tyson Fury's trainer, Ben Davison, to be sacked. Okay, so Tyson Fury, as we all know, went 12 rounds in a gruesome war with the man Otto Wallin, the Swedish southpaw, and he sustained that nasty cut on his right eye in the third round. You know what I mean? By a punch, not no headbutt thing, a punch. I gotta say, shame on Tyson Fury's corner man. I don't know who that Hispanic dude was, but that guy didn't know nothing about closing no cuts or being a good cut man. You know what I mean? Because the man Tyson Fury was bleeding profusely. You know what I mean? Even though Tyson Fury did go on to win, he didn't look good. All I gotta say is, imagine if this was Deontay Wilder who went 12 rounds with Otto Wallin, and Otto Wallin did this kind of destruction, as you can see on the thumbnail. Two massive cuts on Tyson Fury's right eye. Imagine if the man Deontay Wilder had gone through that type of beating by an opponent of the caliber of Otto Wallin. The man would be crucified on these YouTube streets. Real talk, you know what I mean? And that's the hypocrisy. And the only reason I'm mentioning Wilder, it's because all I've heard from people is excuses about Tyson Fury having heart, going the distance, digging deep. All this kind of shit that shouldn't have even happened with the caliber of opponent as Otto Wallin. You know what I mean? Gotta put things in perspective, you know. The man Tyson Fury said he smoked a couple cigarettes and drank X amount of pints of beer before he fought Wilder, and X amount of pints of beer when he fought the man Otto Wallin. Was he being serious? Who knows? But at the end of the day, he definitely underestimated. He underestimated Otto Wallin, and the results show. Look at the man's face. He's got his face disfigured, man. I'm saying man's face looks like grounded up half smokes, you know what I mean? Looking like a glizzy out here. You check it. As we all know, or at least some of us know, the man John Fury, he can't travel to USA, you know what I mean? The man got prior convictions over there in England. And he said his son looked weak as a kitten. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically saying, this is the worst I've seen from Tyson Fury. And that's what I was saying yesterday on my post-fight review. You know what I mean? This was the worst I've ever seen Tyson Fury as well. And Tyson Fury will get smoked like a Philly blunt fighting like that if he goes in there with Wilder. Because imagine if Otto Wilder can open up a cut like that with his left hand. What is Deontay Wilder going to do? And this guy got hit flush plenty of times. He didn't have the same head movement, Tyson Fury, that he usually does. You know what I mean? You know, the man, John Fury, I'm going to read you some quotes what he said about everything. He said, quote, it looked like he had nothing after round two. At 18 stone, I've warned him and warned him. He is a 19 stone fighter. If I had my way, the lot would be gone. If they keep that team, that will be his career gone. If it doesn't heal well, the fight may have to be pushed back. Hopefully that will not be the case. It depends how it will heal. If it's okay, it won't be a problem. End quote. So the man is also referring to the Deontay Wilder clash, you know what I mean? And I personally don't, I'd be shocked if Tyson Fury does fight Deontay Wilder next. I think this is going to be an excuse for him to fight another lower tier opposition fighter, you know, and you know, because he's not prepared for fighting no top quality opponents. Look what happened to him tonight versus Otto Wallin. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder is a world class heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And Tyson Fury had his opportunity, and he didn't come out victorious. Neither did Wilder. The fight ended up a draw. And the rematch was supposed to be an immediate rematch next, but Tyson Fury got the fuck up out of Dodge and went another route, and he ducked that fight. You know what I'm saying? John Fury's talking about, he seems pretty upset. Let me read you some quotes from the man Ben Davison, basically responding back to John Fury. He says, "quote If he was weak as a kitten, he wouldn't have been able to do 12 rounds like that. It was his engine experience, strength, and size that was the difference. I am happy." John is Tyson's dad, so you have to respect him. Tyson was feeling prepared. You can't do anything about a bad cut. End quote. So it's gonna be. It looks like there's gonna be turmoil in the Tyson Fury camp, and John Fury, I believe, definitely has more experience than Ben Davidson. Ben Davidson looks like he's enjoying the ride. He's a young guy himself, around the same age as Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? And I heard the commentary yesterday talking about Ben Davidson, one of boxing's rising stars. I'm like, rising stars? How? Who knows this guy besides hardcore boxing fans? And I only know him to train one fighter, and that's Tyson Fury. Rising stars? I don't know about that, man. Maybe if you have a stable of fighters and like a Crunk gym, and you're producing champion after champion, or maybe at like Freddie Roach and his wild card gym, and you're producing champion after champion, or even Mikey Garcia's brother, Robert Garcia. He got his Oxnard Academy of Boxing over there in Oxnard, California. He produces champions and is cultivating and grooming fighters from the beginning. Now, they're not no rising stars because Garcias and the Emmanuel Stewarts and Robert Garcias have been in the boxing game for a while, but that's whom I would consider a rising star as far as a boxing trainer, somebody who is on the come up, training fighters from the very beginning, and you know building a stable of world champions. Not no Ben Davidson. Nothing against Ben Davidson. I'm just the commentary on ESPN is look, man. The guy Timothy Bradley. I got nothing against the guy, except when he be talking about Errol Spence. I don't know what's wrong with him when he gets to talking about Errol Spence. But Andre Ward, everybody, they just sounded very biased and opinionated yesterday on that commentary. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't listen enough to ESPN's commentary, but how they kept referring to the man as the lineal champion and kept referring to this fight versus Tyson Fury versus Otto Wallin as a heavyweight championship fight. These guys are insulting our intelligence, and at the same time, they're looking like straight up buffoons and idiots. Because you would think men of a caliber of Joseph Tessitore, Timothy Bradley, Max Kellerman, that Mark Kriegel and Andre Ward, guys who have been around the sport of boxing for decades, you would think they'd be more educated and know what a heavyweight title fight consists of. First and foremost, it consists of alphabet soup belts, okay? Which Tyson Fury has none. All right, I remember George Foreman defending, and also not Lennox Lewis, Shannon Briggs being the lineal champions with no alphabet belts. But the difference is George Foreman did have two alphabet belts, the WBA and the IBF, but he elected to vacate them or get stripped by the sanctioning bodies because he didn't want to fight his mandatories. He'd rather fight some cupcakes guys that he know he could possibly beat. But he didn't retire and stay out the ring for no 3 years and was amidst a PD scandal, and he might have been binge eating. He was a big boy like Tyson Fury, but regardless, while he was eating, he was still fighting, and he fought Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs beat him for that lineal title, which I thought Shannon Briggs lost, but that's neither here nor there. And then the man went on to fight, Shannon Briggs went on to fight Lennox Lewis, and that's how Lennox Lewis became the lineal champion. But these ESPN commentary are assaulting our intelligence, and at the same time, they're looking like straight up idiots because they're force feeding us stuff and they know the actual truth. So they're basically lying through their teeth on national airways, and it's disgusting to me. I'm probably going to tweet all four of them: Kellerman, Kriegel, Tessitore, Bradley, and Andre Ward. I'm probably going to tweet them and tell them, you guys sound ridiculous talking about that fight last night was a heavyweight championship fight. Like Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz ain't the heavyweight champions of the world. It is what it is. So B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this guy Tyson Fury face looking like a half-smoked bologna sandwich. And let me know what y'all think about Tyson Fury, father John Fury, chastising and criticizing the man Tyson Fury and they corner. That corner, look at that cut on the man's eye. And this is after the fight, okay? This is while he's all dressed up and probably in the locker room. The eye is still leaking. You know what I mean? The eye is still leaking. That cut man did a terrible job. I don't know who he is or where they found him or what he came there to do in Las Vegas. But that guy, hopefully, he needs to go back to Cutman school and learn how to use whatever agents they use and Vaseline and whatever they do to close cuts. Because this guy, man, these guys actually didn't even have the Q-tips. You know, they didn't have the big-ass Q-tips that help stop the bleeding with the cotton swab. They didn't have none of that. You know what I mean? So I could understand why Tyson Fury is upset and criticizing this corner because this corner looked like real amateurs, you know what I'm saying? Fighting against a guy like Otto Wallin. B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next video, and I'm a ghost.